There is a science of getting rich, and it is an exact science, just like algebra or arithmetic. The ownership of money and property comes from doing things in a certain way. Those who do things in a certain way, whether on purpose or accidentally, get rich, while those who do not do things in a certain way, no matter how hard they work or how able they are, remain poor. It is a natural law that like causes produce like effects. Getting rich is not a matter of saving or thrift. Many very penurious people remain poor, while free spenders often get rich. Nor is getting rich due to doing things that others fail to do. For two men in the same business often do almost exactly the same things, and one gets rich while the other becomes poor or goes bankrupt. From all these things, we must conclude that getting rich comes from doing things in a certain way. If getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way, and if like causes always produce like effects, then any man or woman who can do things in that way can become rich. And the whole matter is brought within the realm of an exact science. The question arises here whether that certain way may be so difficult that only a few can do it. This cannot be true, as far as we have seen, as natural ability is concerned. Talented people become rich, blockheads become rich. Intellectually brilliant people become rich, and very stupid people become rich. Physically strong people become rich, and weak and sickly people become rich. Some degree of ability to think and to understand is, of course, essential, but insofar as natural ability is concerned, any man or woman who has enough sense to read and understand these words can certainly get rich. Also, we have seen that it is not a matter of environment. Location counts for something. One would not go to the heart of the Sahara and expect to have a successful business. Getting rich involves the necessity of dealing with men and being where there are people to deal with. And if these people are inclined to deal with you in the way that you wish to deal, then all the better. But that is about as far as environment goes. If anyone else in your town can get rich, so can you. And if anybody else in your state can get rich, so can you. Again, it is not a matter of choosing a particular business or profession. People get rich in every business and every profession, while their next door neighbors in the same vocation remain in poverty. It is true that you will do best in a business which you like, and which is congenial to you. And if you have certain talents that are well developed, you will do best in a business that calls for the exercise of those talents. Also, you will do best in a business that is suitable to your locality. An ice cream parlor would do better in a warm climate than in Greenland. And a salmon fishery will fare better in the Northeast than in Florida, where there are no salmon. But aside from those general limitations, getting rich is not dependent upon you engaging in a particular business, but upon your learning to do things in a certain way. If you are now in business and anyone else in your locality is getting rich in that same business, while you are not getting rich, it is because you are not doing things in the same way as the other person is doing them. No one is prevented from getting rich by a lack of capital. True, as you get more capital, the increase becomes easier and more rapid. One who has capital is already rich, does not need to consider how to become so. No matter how poor you may be, if you begin to do things in a certain way, you will begin to get rich. You will begin to have capital. Have capital is part of the process of getting rich. It is part of the result that invariably follows doing things in a certain way. And it is part of the result that invariably follows doing of things in a certain way. You may be the poorest man on the continent and deeply in debt. You may have neither friends, nor influence, nor resources. You begin to do things in this way, you must infallibly begin to get rich. Causes must produce like effects. No capital? You can get capital. In the wrong business? You can get in the right business. Or in the wrong location? You can go to the right location. And you can do so by beginning in your present business and your present location to do things in a certain way which cause success. I hope you enjoyed Chapter 2. Check back soon for Chapter 3.